And bam, bam, bam. The Miami Dolphins have done it. We have traded for Bradley Chubb. We're sending in a first round pick for 2023, a fourth round pick for 2024. And we are also sending them freaking Chase Edmonds. But don't worry, because we're getting Bradley Chubb, a pass rushing absolute phenomenal monster. Okay, who's the leader of this Broncos defense. That's the only reason they've been slightly competitive, as Russell Wilson has been buns. And we get Chubb. And on top of that, I know we lose Chase Edmonds, but he wasn't doing much for us anyways. And who cares? Because we have received Jeff Wilson in a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. We sent a 5th round pick this year for Jeff Wilson to replace Chase Edmonds, who we sent in this deal for Bradley Chubb. What a turn of events. 2 phenomenal moves for the Dolphins. Sleepy Greer has awoken. He has risen, and my God, he is wheeling and dealing. I was trying to stream for the last hour of the trade deadline, hoping for a move. And then, lo and behold, as I'm getting ready, boom, this trade happens. And why? Oh my blood is a pumping. This is the kind of movie you wanted to see for the Miami Dolphins. Thank you for tuning in. What is up, everyone? Let's go. Came by to hit the like in a meeting till 4. No worries, man. I know there's a bunch of content creators going right now, so I appreciate the like and the stop by at least. The Smoke Show's going on as well. Check them out. A great vibes with Smoke, Jay, and Bobby, the boys. But hey, if you're here tuning in with me, I appreciate you right now. I want to show this little edit. I made it, whipped it up real quick. And now I got to make one for Jeff Wilson as well, man. How freaking good. How about it, baby? Let's go. Adam, I appreciate you. Both Adams, Adam E. and Adam Sadowski. Let's go. We got the Thrilla in Manila, the final, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. I can barely contain myself. I know trading a first round pick is tough, and it looks like the Dolphins don't care. F them picks, baby. FINS all in. Okay. What does that even 49ers pick look like? What? Maybe pick 30, pick 29 if they go in all in as well. So I'm okay with us sending in a first round pick. We send in a 4th round pick from next year's draft class as well. And Chase Edmonds. Edmonds scared me a tad because it asked us to lose a little bit of running back depth. Our chart briefly looked Raheem Mostert, then Myles Gaskin, Savon Ahmed. We were a Mostert injury away from looking like last year's backfield. But for the price of Bradley Chubb, I would love that. And we got him. And we adding and boosting up to our pass rushing. But we also get a new running back in Jeff Wilson Jr., who there was talks of him being displaced and disgruntled after the Niners acquired Christian McCaffrey. Jeff Wilson Jr. has been running hard. Mike McDaniel is very familiar with him, and he knows that running back better than almost anyone except for Kyle Shanahan. So the fact that he picked him and he said, we're adding you, we can plug and play him, ready to go. The man knows the playbook. He knows the style that's running in, and we're good to rock. Grand Desir, by the way, thank you for tuning in, man. Boom. This is the trade terms right there. Thanks, Grand Desir, for tuning in. 2023 first rounder from the San Francisco pick. We're sending them a 2024 4th rounder and Chase Edmonds. Denver gives us a 5th rounder from 2025 and Bradley Chubb. Adds to the pass rush, adds to that little rotation. I was talking about it in the morning show with Steven D on Clock Blockers. Great show, by the way. Check us out on Tuesday mornings. Me, Nikki Smokes, and Steven. Then we got great things on the channel throughout the week. But anyways, we were talking about in the morning, trading for Bradley Chubb. What does that mean for the FINS? Do we have to go out and pay him immediately? How are we going to fix it? We just paid Agba. How are we going to commit to all that cap space? The cap can be manipulated, not by I, but by men much smarter than I am. And Chris Greer has done it in the past. So that's not my immediate concern. My immediate thoughts and initial reaction was, oh my God, the Dolphins are all in. Okay. I was one of the people saying that it wouldn't be an indictment of Greer wouldn't say, oh, I don't trust this team enough to win. That's why I'm not making deals if we didn't make a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it would have been an indictment of the team if the front office had said no trade. But the fact that we made not one, but 2 back-to-back trades, I love it. I love that energy. Bringing Bradley Chubb is a true leader, a true pass rusher that is only going to help this defense, a defense that is injured and banged up a little bit in the secondary, which, hey, we made 2 trades. I'm hoping for a 3rd one. Let's bring in a corner or a safety. But for right now, adding pass rush allows us to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more aggressive, and just get after the QB, something that has been sorely missing of this Miami Dolphins team as of lately. I mean, pairing up Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips and Ogba when he decides to not be a ghost and come back and reappear, that'd be amazing. It gets my blood a pumping. And I know Josh Boyer is excited about the exotic blitzes he can now whip up and cook up when he has the caliber of Bradley Chubb. Freaking, oh my God, Chubb, Ogba, and Jalen Phillips is going to give me a Chubb. I'm going to be so excited. And yes, like I said, it looked a little scary to lose Chase Edmonds, but we went out there and got Jeff Wilson, man. We're sending a 2023 fifth rounder, a fifth rounder for a guy that Mike McDaniels knows can handle his offense, his scheme, do exactly what he's asked to do. This is a no-brainer deal. Lock it in. I would have wanted it to do it even if we were keeping Chase Edmonds. But the fact that there's an immediate hole, it looked for a brief second like Raheem Mostert was about to take off as the true RB1. But Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson working together side by side as this running back tandem is an infinitely better running back room than what we just had with Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. Now we're talking about two guys who McDaniel knows fits his scheme, who knows their strengths and weaknesses like the back of his freaking hand. Our running game is about to get elevated, taken to the next level. This, honestly, like as much as Kareem Hunt, as cool as Alvin Kamara would have been for the price that they were asking, I think the Browns were looking at like at least a third rounder for Kareem Hunt, which we would have then been asking to learn the playbook and see how he fits here in Miami and all this stuff when we could send a fifth rounder to San Francisco, get an immediate running back upgrade, bada bing, bada boom, slot him in there and know this guy can just take off, literally hit the ground running for us. No brainer of a move. Phenomenal, fantastic move. Like, I almost like it more than the Bradley Chubb move just because of the cost. A fifth round pick is pennies. Okay. You're getting there. Maybe a depth piece if you're lucky. Like, it's nothing. And I'm so happy that's all it took. And we're getting a fifth round pick from the Broncos back anyways from the Chase Edmonds deal. So who cares, guys? At the end of the day, the Miami Dolphins have pulled two masterclass moves, two moves that allow this team to be more flexible and more dangerous. Okay. On pass rush, like I was saying, we're going to get after the QB just at a whole new level, at a whole new rate. I was surprised that the Broncos are willing to just let go of our defensive leader like that, especially after having won in London. Granted, an ugly win, but a win predicated on defense. And what did they decide to do? Trade the best player on that defense. The only better player we could have gotten is getting Pat Surtain Jr., maybe fitting in Jerry Jeudy in that deal. But sans that, aside from that, yeah, man, McDaniel went into Greer's office and said, bro, fix it. And with two deals, he has single-handedly injected new life into our pass rush and into our running back room. I know Raheem Mostert, out of all the backs that were going to come in and maybe cause friction as well with Raheem saying, dang, Miami could have just written with me. They bring in his buddy, Jeff Wilson. That's beautiful. Talk about the chemistry, the ability to just work together from day one. And again, know that McDaniel playbook. This is why big trades like this don't generally happen in the middle of the season, is because guys have to learn the playbook. I mean, right. We'll talk about that in a second. TJ Hawkinson had a massive deal in Minnesota as well. And then Chase Claypool got traded for a second rounder from the Steelers to the Bears. Like, people are wheeling and dealing today. We were joking around over under 4 deals. That's over under 3 deals. That's 4 deals alone, man. Amazing news today, Bob. Exactly, boss man. Hey, come on. That's so nice, right? Yeah, baby. But Bob, thank you for tuning in, boss man. Bob, it's going a good time. What a time to be a Miami Dolphin right now. Up 5-3, up adding players left and right, just adding to this team, just getting us stronger, just locking us and loading us up for a deep playoff run. That's right. I said it. A deep playoff run. If the goal before these kinds of moves was getting to the playoffs, winning in the first round, getting to that divisional round, no, guys. I'm readjusting. Yes, I'm a positive dude. Yes, I live in fantasy land, but we acquired Bradley Chubb and traded away a first round pick. We're loading up on our running back room. We're gearing up for a playoff push. We're gearing up for cold weather football that's predicated on strong defense and good running football. So let's go, Miami Dolphins. Get to that AFC Championship. Go to Buffalo. Play with the big dogs, and let's get after it. That's what I want to see. That's what I believe this Miami Dolphins team is now loading up for in the tank. It doesn't matter what we believe. because this is what the Dolphins are showing us on paper. You don't trade away first round picks. You don't trade away all these assets at the 11th hour on trade deadline day if you don't believe that this is a team that is not only poised for the future because they don't need the picks anymore, but they're also ready to win now. And that's what I love, especially I think after seeing with this draft class that we can find guys in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, 7th rounders. I'm looking at you, Tyndall, Azukanma, Sky Thompson. Right, they haven't played all that much, but I do think they're guys who are ready to develop and contribute in the future. Greer said, hey, let's trade away our picks, F them picks, and we're going to acquire talent now that's ready to help us day one. I already believe that we were going to beat the Bears. I don't care that they traded for Chase Claypool. We just traded for Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson Jr., okay? So we are already going to beat the Bears. We'll beat them. We'll probably see Chubb fit into the defense next week. I mean, this week, unless it's very limited packages, I don't really see Bradley Chubb coming on and just slotting into our defense. Jeff Wilson Jr., on the other hand, I do believe he will be playing this weekend. It's going to be beautiful to see, okay? For those of us who play fantasy football, Jeff Wilson Jr. was probably dropped in your league because of the Christian McCaffrey news. I'll scoop him up right now. It's a beautiful play for the Miami Dolphins. Oh my God. What are your guys' thoughts, man? I'm going to drop the little link for the panel, see if we got some stuff. But my plan is still to be going till 4 o'clock because I want to hear what other trade deadlines news is. I was going to go live at 2:30. That would have pegged me at a live reaction of this Bradley Chubb news. Unfortunately, it was not to be. Boom. Great afternoon, bro. Big day. Meeting ended early. Adam E. What an amazing feeling. I hope the meeting went well. But a meeting ending early on a day of such great epic proportion, man, such news is such a great feeling, man. It's like when Tyreek Hill got traded, my dentist appointment got canceled and I hadn't have to go to that horrid place. A meeting ending early, hey, now you get to enjoy it. Chins up, fins up, baby. Like, what move excites you more? Obviously, the Bradley Chubb move is a fantastic move, but getting Jeff Wilson Jr. also should inject a lot of life into this offense. I mean, Raheem Mostert was already doing fine, but now having 2 guys who know that scheme, oh my God. The only thing better could be if we get an offensive lineman or some secondary help right now. Needing was good, but nothing tops getting Chubb, right? Full Chubbs for Chubbs, man. Dang it. I almost, in the beginning of my Dynasty Fantasy Football League, where I have individual defensive players as well, I almost got Bradley Chubb on the squad, and I said no because I don't want a Denver Bronco. If only I had known that this year he would become a Miami Dolphin. He would have been on the squad. But Bradley, welcome to Miami, baby. Oh, my God. Nothing tops getting Chubb. There we go. And then, I didn't even know he was doing that nice. 5.1 average. And plug and play into this offense, easily guaranteed. Like, I was almost seeing Mike McDaniel getting a guy like Cam Akers just because Mike's got that eye on the NFC West running backs. You got Chase Edmonds, Sony Michel, and then Raheem Mostert. But I think he learned his lesson and realized I might be familiar with those backs, but there's only 1 or 2 guys that I know has a handle on my offense, and those are the gentlemen I ran with in San Francisco. So what does he do? He said, hey, the Raheem Mostert experiment worked, so let me bring in Jeff Wilson Jr. And, hey, he's been hot this season. It was almost a shame to see him get relegated to the bench, but I know the 49ers had this in plan. As soon as they traded for McCaffrey, they knew that they had to move and offset that trade by trading away Edmonds. I mean, not trading away Edmonds, by trading away Jeff Wilson Jr. And lo and behold, when the Dolphins traded away Edmonds, it created an opportunity, space for us. And at only a 5th round pick for him, 5th round pick for a running back averaging 5.1 yards, I'll take that any day of the week. Take it to the bank. Don't let them come home. Let's rock. Oof. Yeah, for those who haven't seen, Bradley Chubb has been traded. 2023 first round pick from the 49ers, 2024 4th round pick, and Chase Edmonds. We got a 2025 5th rounder and Bradley Chubb. And then we got Jeff Wilson Jr. for a 2023 5th round pick. So we lose the running back and immediately plug that back in. Bada bing, bada bam. This Dolphins offense is ready to play. We're not playing around. Honestly, when the Vikings traded for TJ Hawkinson, I thought that would be the biggest move of the day. And Grandizier, you're already being awesome, but if you can give me the exact details of the TJ Hawkinson trade, that'd be sick. If not, I understand. I know I'm already asking a lot, but that'd be great appreciated. Adam, I know that Chase Claypool was a second-round pick. I don't know if the Bears are going to bring him to play. Yes, they need weapons for Justin Fields, but if he doesn't understand the playbook in time for Sunday, I wouldn't blame him. He has to learn a whole new offense, and it's a nice play for Fields' development in the future, but against the Miami Dolphins, I don't think we'll see Chase Claypool. And we already saw him on Sunday Night Football. We beat him against the Steelers. I'm not afraid to play Chase Claypool again if he does play against Chicago. But out of all the three guys who've been traded, Chubb to the Dolphins, Jeff Wilson to the Dolphins, and Claypool to the Bears, I think only Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to play this Sunday. I think he's the only one who has a firm enough grasp on the playbook that, Chubb or Claypool might go in for their teams and like design plays and like specific dumbed down versions of the playbook. But I don't believe that they'll actually get enough work to even impact the game. Whereas Jeff Wilson Jr. can get at least, 10, 15 touches, and him and Raheem Mostert can let it rock, okay? I want us to start running the ball more in those cold weathers. It looks like that Chicago game is going to have some nasty weather, maybe 20-mile-per-hour winds, very rainy, like 55, 60 degrees, and it's cold, dreary weather, a bit of a taste of what playoff football is like. And so I want the Miami Dolphins to start running the ball more. And I think the front office and I are on the same page because, hey, they traded a running back. They got a better one and improved it and just worked on that room as a whole. They're going to eat now. Mostert and Wilson are going to eat. They're going to complement each other very well. Watch the running game explode now. Adam, 1,000%. All of us were asking for a new running back, banging, hey, please Kamara, please Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt probably been a third rounder. Let's say Kamara was a second. Maybe if we were giving that first, which we can't do because we were trading for Bradley Chubb. So then maybe Kamara comes out of our reach. Kareem Hunt at a third rounder would have been nice, that talent level. But again, it's not the plug and play that Jeff Wilson is. So for a bit cheaper, we hold on to a third round pick and we only lose a fifth rounder and we get the plug and play and we're still able to use Raheem Mostert. We're still able to use this committee approach that McDaniel seems to favor. Whereas with Kareem, you would have had to switch to that bell cow back approach to truly maximize his potential. But now we're good to rock and we're good to go. And we can still let Tua and Waddle and Tyreek cook. And we're going to because Tyreek has 961 yards, number one in the NFL. Jalen Waddle has, I think he's fourth. It's disgusting how nice this Wombo combo is being. But now they get complimented and supported by this running game, this vision that Mike McDaniel's had all offseason telling us he wants to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And we haven't been able to see it because the backs haven't been able to execute the McDaniel's vision. Well, one back has, Raheem. And now we get his former backfield buddy in Jeff Wilson. And I love that type of move. Like, this is what Chris Greer is good at. It almost waiting to that 11th hour and just making a snipe. A guy that, oh my God, it's like, why didn't I think of that sooner? And why, honestly, this morning, why were we all harping Kareem Hunt and Alvin Kamara? Why didn't we see Jeff Wilson right under our noses? A perfect back, a perfect scheme fit who was displaced by a trade earlier in the season. Like, now those are the kind of moves that the Dolphins are making. And for pennies on the dollar, Jeff Wilson Jr., 5.1 yards a clip. That's what I want to see. That's saying that in an ideal world, if you were handed to Jeff Wilson twice in a row, you on first down every time, never on third down. You mix that up with Raheem Mostert. You keep Raheem fresh. You allow our defense to stay fresh as well. And we're in any game. Okay. You saw it even against this Lions game where the Dolphins got off to a slow start and the Lions got off fast and they got 2 touchdowns on us. Because our defense was allowed to stay fresh and given time to rest off the field by sustaining drives, watching our offense score, giving them the boost and saying it's not going to be all on them, our defense was able to have enough energy to gather themselves and to hold it down in the second half. You increase our running game and you only increase the potential for this defense to continue to play to that level. They'll be able to maintain this pressure 24/7, knowing our offense is going to score. They're going to hold it down. Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert are going to run, take the pressure off of us, and it's going to be beautiful. When it gets down and cold into that Buffalo weather, Adam, I love that you pushed it up. I think we have a better running back room than the Buffalo Bills do, who they have not made a move yet. And yes, Devin Singletary looked a little nice on Sunday night, but that's what I was saying. I think Devin Singletary brought enough out in the tank that the Bills won't make a move, and it's going to bite them in the ass when they realize that, again, I love the FAU kid, but Devin Singletary is not that guy, and we have a better running back room than them. So if Buffalo stays idle, we win even more today. This defense is going to be able to make it a living hell for Allen. Give me bad weather in December. They can't run, and we will be boomtown, baby. There we go from a Buffalo native who is a Dolphins fan. Don't ever give disrespect to Adam right there. They also can't stop the run, bro. Exactly. That Buffalo was already struggling against that, and now we're improving our run game and our defense. It was a two-punch wombo combo. We improve the offense to be able to keep up with Buffalo, and we bring in Bradley Chubb to take them down a notch so that we can surpass them as well. It's a no-brainer, okay? Von Miller might be an amazing pass rusher. I think Bradley Chubb is just as good and younger. Like, that's the kind of move that we can have that for the long haul. We're continuing to add to what is the strength of this team. And that's why I don't feel ashamed. I'm not mad when we ask our defense to carry us so much. This is an amazing defense. Okay, you have Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Ogba, Christian Wilkins. Like, now you're adding Bradley Chubb to a line that already had Raekwon Davis and Zach Steeler, a front seven that's oozing with talent. Okay, we've got to improve our linebacking core, as in our inside linebacking core a little bit, but still Jerome Baker's a nice athletic talent. Then you add in Channing Tindall when he's finally getting on the field better. Our secondary is only going to keep improving as the health returns. And in the future, guys, we're still going to have Xavier Howard. Brandon Jones is going to return. Javon Holland is going to be even better. Like, Kader Kohou is still developing. Nick Needham will return as well. My, this team is getting better for the long haul. So when we ask our defense to carry us, to do so much for us, of course we will. This is a team that's clearly its identity is on the defense. That'd be like asking the Legion of Boom back in the Seattle days to not, hey, Legion of Boom, don't put the clamps on them because we don't want you to lock it down. No, bro, Seattle's identity was a defense, good run, and it worked. If the Dolphins are going to have a strong defense, we'll rely on the defense. It's fine. Mr. Tyler, what is up, boss? Dolphins, big day for the Dolphins. I originally made this title, Bradley Chubb, FINS all in, effing picks, and then we traded for Jeff Wilson Jr., and I feel bad, not having the name in, but I've already tried changing it for StreamYard. It said it would mess up my stream, so I have to stay the name like this. But Jeff Wilson Jr., much love for you, man. Again, I might almost be more excited for him than anyone else. It's already been a pretty big day, man. Like, oh my God, I need to see Chase Claypool for a second rounder, but TJ Hawkinson as well. What a fantastic move by the Vikings. This one happened a while ago, though. Yeah. The Lions received a 2023 second round pick, a 2024 third round pick, while the Vikings got a 2023 fourth round selection, a conditional 2024 fourth rounder, and TJ Hawkinson. Crazy move. Honestly, like, I think that the Vikings fleeced the Lions. TJ Hawkinson's a phenomenal player, and they basically got fourth rounders back to offset those second and third rounders. Could be a nice move, but hey, I think the Dolphins, though, are definitely the winners so far of the trade deadline day. We have made the biggest splash in Bradley Chubb, but also that fit-in type move of Jeff Wilson Jr. almost makes me want to cry, man. It makes me get emotional thinking that this is what we've got for the boys. This is what we've got to look ahead to. Now, I pull up. Well, no. Where'd my famous little Dolphins card go? I'm trying to find my schedule. But allow me to go a little tinfoil mode. For those who know, there's about to be some ridiculous takes coming out right now. Now that the Miami Dolphins have acquired Bradley Chubb and we traded away our picks, now that we got Jeff Wilson Jr. and continue to trade away picks, we're AFC Championship or bust. This is the kind of move that the Dolphins are using to cement themselves and say, hey, we are legitimate contenders in the AFC. No more are we going to play this little brother act. It is time for you to start giving us the respect we deserve, because not only do we are ready for this year, but the Dolphins are also all in on Tua Tagovailoa. Whether you like it or not, Tua, man, is the QB of the future. We don't have any first-round picks next year. We don't have any capital to make any crazy moves and acquire anyone from anyone else. And what are we going to do? Trade for Derek Carr? No. Okay. And in the free agency, what? Lamar Jackson's not hitting the floor. So what do the Dolphins do? Said, hey, we're looking to the future, quieting the noise, and we're trading away our first-round pick. We're trading away everything. El Capitan, FINS tailgate, Chris, I don't mean to, paraphrasing you. I don't want to misquote you, bro. But on the morning we talked about, it would be almost a good thing if the Dolphins traded away their first round pick, because then it shows that the Dolphins are committed to Tua. They're saying, hey, we're not going back. We're ready. We believe in this kid. And I think we truly do. Tua is him. Timothy Jones, okay? Tua, he go Viloa. Him go Viloa. Him go far in the playoffs, Viloa. There we go. That's what we need, man. That is the energy that I feel from this team. And I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm just an idiot wearing a tinfoil hat. But I genuinely believe that the Dolphins are going to keep this pressure up and that we're going to take this energy and this momentum. Oh, I kind of want to say Super Bowl, but then I'd have to throw the tinfoil hat back on. But it's that kind of level of just shock and awe we just had. And even if this offense still doesn't become this world beater that everyone's expecting with Mike McDaniel, which I think it will, I think we're seeing that there is a vision and there is a plan. And that once we have Jeff Wilson running, this is going to be a whole new offense. We're finally going to see, final form Mike McDaniel, what he's been trying to instill all offseason. It's finally about to come into fruition. But we're ready to go. We locked and loaded. Like, quarterbacks of the world, be terrified of this pass rush that's about to be unleashed on you. If Byron Jones ever decides to return, if he ever wants to be ready to play, I think we might have the best defense in the NFL. Like, no joke. Any lapses that we would have would be due to injuries. And even then, just so much talent all across the board. Enough talent, at least, that our defense can play any given Sunday, match up against any offense, I believe, and just go to work. If this defense is ready to ascend to the next level, I have to believe, there was all that talk of Mike McDaniel going to one of his coordinators, I think the linebacker coach, and saying, hey, get your S together, But now, that boys got them stuff together, okay? He said, linebacker coach, you're welcome. Bradley Chubb, take him. Yeah, the trade deadline is till 4 p.m. today, man. Yes, but a deal could come through after pending paperwork. Adam, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was the NFL or the NBA. I know, or maybe it was like the draft. But I think it was a trade deadline where there was a team that had finalized the deal, and then they were like, oh, the 4 p.m. passed, deal is void. And it would have been like a phenomenal deal, but that's a very vague description. So I'm sorry. But the point is, the trade deadline is ending in the next 18 minutes. I'm trying to wait it out and see if any other news will be coming in. So far, the Dolphins have acquired Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson Jr. Can we make it a third move? Can we add someone to the offensive line or to the secondary? What would you rather see? We've already added a defensive player, a defensive monster in Bradley Chubb. Then we added a phenomenal running back piece in Jeff Wilson. Are we going to go for offense or defense? Are we going to go O-line or secondary? Which positional group would you rather see us add a little bit, man? The Dolphins got 3 first-rounders back in the deal with Lance. Miami traded all of them. 2001 pick to trade up for Jalen Waddle. The 22 pick sent to Chiefs for Tyreek Hill. 23 pick sent to the Broncos for Bradley Chubb. Wow, Grandizier. When you put it like that, the moves that the Miami Dolphins have made, F them picks truly. If they brought us Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb, you can only dream that your first rounders become those players, especially when they are not a top 5, top 10 guaranteed pick. We are talking about Tyreek Hill, Pro Bowler, NFL leading receiver. Jalen Waddle, I think, might be the best wide receiver too in the NFL because Adam Thielen has dropped off a little bit. What a time to be alive right now, guys. Well, no, T. Higgins is a monster as well in his own right. But Jalen Waddle has that argument. And then you get Bradley Chubb, one of the best young defenders in the NFL, who is bouncing back after a bit of injuries in the last couple of seasons. That's the only reason why he isn't locked up into a massive deal already. Wow, we got it. And I think the most beautiful thing, one of the reasons why we had to trade Chase Edmonds, I think Nikki Smokes was talking about in the morning. We had about $5 million open in the cap space. Bradley Chubb was $7 million. So he traded away Edmonds sign him over to that new deal. And then we bring over Jeff Wilson and we supplement that whole. Wow, what a masterclass by Greer. The more and more I think about it, these are my brand new initial thoughts, but I definitely think that these are AFC championship caliber moves, guys, at the minimum. Okay. Adding what to already dominant defense, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL can only make us even better. But I'm going back and forth which deal I like more, Bradley Chubb, Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. is just such a nice plug and play for so cheap, but Bradley Chubb is that nice, splashy defensive pass rushing move. In the NFL, you need a cornerstone premier edge rusher to order to have success. And we already had Jalen Phillips hoping to develop it more. We need Ogba to come back, but now we add Bradley Chubb. I'm getting a full Chubb. Oh my days, man. This is an insane day. I know if they're on the phone with the league or faxing it at 4, it could trickle in after, but call must be made prior to 4. Got you. So you got to be like connected, dialed in on the line. Like, whoa, boss man Goodell, please allow me one more move. That's valid. That's fine. This is the Rams game. Trade the farm. Hey, this is the Rams game. Trade the farm, win a Super Bowl. Let's go, Nando. Exactly, Adam E. That's, again, if the Dolphins didn't make any trades by the deadline, I would have been of the crowd saying, hey, this is not an indictment of the team. The Dolphins simply believe we have enough on the roster to win. But now I don't even have to worry about that because the Dolphins say, hey, we probably have a good enough team to win. But why not be sure? Why not fix the running game if we can and bring in Jeff Wilson Jr. for plug and play, bada bing, bada bam? Why not add more pass rush? You can never be too happy with sack monsters. Like if Phillips and Ogba all come alive and Bradley Chubb is here, you keep rotating them. Oh my God, we're gonna churn out sacks. Charlie and this chocolate sack factory, okay? It's gonna be a beautiful. Bradley Chubb in the sack factory. Yeah, that's what's gonna be the defense after this, man. Chubb deal grade A. Wilson deal grade A minus, in my opinion. I would almost say Chubb A minus, Wilson is an A just because of the cheapness of the Wilson deal. But it almost discredits. I'm gonna go Bradley Chubb deal grade A. Jeff Wilson A plus, bro. The cheapness on the salary cap, the fact that it's a plug and play. Literally, there's only running back. No, there is not a running back in the NFL who was ready to be plugged into Mike McDaniel's offense, sans Jeff Wilson. And he's the guy who did it. Oh, my God. Like, I'm telling you, this is an amazing move. Like, Jeff Wilson Jr., I hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass, but I think he's a perfect fit for this offense because Mike McDaniel knows that. And again, I've been saying all offseason, I trust Mike McDaniel's running back eye. He knows better than anyone what it takes to be a running back, a good cat in this system. And if he thinks that Jeff Wilson is that guy for it, who am I to judge? What am I to say? Except clap it up for Sleepy Greer. 13 minutes, guys. Are we going to make another move? Dun, 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 dun. What are we going to see in the trade? Am I missing any other deals besides the Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson trade for the Dolphins? Edmonds going to the Broncos, obviously, but TJ Hawkins into the Vikings, Chase Claypool to the Bears. Any other trades that I'm missing in the NFL? I only care about the Dolphins, really, but what a time to be alive. How many sacks does Bradley Chubb have in the season? Dun, dun, dun. 5.5 sacks already. 5.5 sacks through 8 games. I love to see that, Brad. Mr. Chubb. Mr. Golden Chubb. Miami Dolphins sacks 2022. Trying to search up our sack total right now. Not offense. Defense. We have 17 sacks. Bradley Chubb has 5.5. He has a third A little under a third of the sacks that the Miami Dolphins have. That is ridiculous. That is the type of boost I'm asking for. And I understand part of the reason our pass rush hasn't been able to get established is because of the shape that the secondary is in. Not that they're playing terrible, but the fact that they're just banged up. It's Boyer has had to adjust a tad. If we were able to be fully healthy, whole nother ball game, whole nother deal. Chubb, I think, adds that death blow to teams for our defense. Wilson helps create the run game, but I went lower because our passing attack has been the lethal weapon. So, yes, the run game should improve. I agree. It's a pretty fair analysis, man. Honestly, as long as we're giving A's, you can't really complain, man. A minus, A plus. It's all an A, baby. It all helps. It all helps the team in different ways. Bradley Chubb, I agree though. It's that death blow, that difference maker. You look as a defensive coordinator and you just look at our defense now and you go, where do I game plan? Where do we move around? It's going to be absolute nightmare, a havoc record. It makes me so sad that we don't have Brandon Jones and Byron Jones, or we could truly have the best defense in the NFL. Maybe if Channing Tindall was a little bit more activated, but there's 10 minutes, guys. And unless we add someone else to the secondary or to the linebacking room or to the offensive line, I don't believe anything else is going to happen. I'm trying to stay positive and upbeat that we'll make 3 trades today, but that is an absurd amount of moves. I'm trying to stay alive for the next 10, but we'll see what happens with the Miami Dolphins. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you guys feel about this move? What do you rank it? I've got the Chubb deal as an A, Wilson deal as an A plus. Adamy's got this as an A for Chubb, A minus for Wilson. But like I said, as long as we're handing out A's, I think we're happy and golden, man. Oh my days. What a time to be alive. Oh, Grandizier, you scared me. I thought that Josh Allen of the Jaguars got traded to the Bills for a second, and I was about to be like, well, that offsets. But Josh Allen of the Bills, he has to worry now. Bradley Chubb will be after him. And I have to assume Von Miller is telling Josh Allen right now, yo, that B Chubb guy, that B Chubb, my former teammate, is an absolute monster. Josh, you better be hitting the weight room and the ice baths. Weight room get a little strong for when Chubb starts ready to knock you down. Hit the ice bath so you're a little rest and recovered, bro. But it's going to be a big worry. Do we give the Rams a shout out for F them picks? Of course, man. I know you got a Rams content creator, man. The Rams are the originators of F them picks, and I love this mentality that we're ascribing to. We're win now mode, baby. When you've got the talent that the Miami Dolphins has, when you have the number 1 receiver in the NFL, when you have the NFL leader in QBR, passer rating, in yards and touchdowns, yeah, baby, we're gonna go for Tua, man, and the Miami Dolphins are going all in, and I'm all in, I'm baby all in love with all your flaws and sins. Yes, sir. For all the flaws and sins that this Miami Dolphins team has, I truly believe that adding Chubb and Wilson are going to mask those weaknesses, any that we may have. I still have us at 12-5, but now I feel even more confident. I'm not going to knock us up to 13-4 because I do believe that the only 2 games we might lose are the San Francisco 49ers or and the Bills. If we were to win one of those extra, that would bring us up to 13-4, but it's going to be a tough ask for us, guys. Wow. I think we had the best 2 moves, the only 2 A moves. I think the TJ Hawkinson move is probably like a B plus. I know that the Vikings lost Irv Smith and it made them, it's a high ankle sprain. I'll be out for some time. So they wanted to bring in TJ Hawkinson, but trading with a divisional rival like that is a little weird unless Hawkinson established himself as the top tight end in the NFL. It's a little weird to give your division rival a little bit more ammunition like that. But hey, Vikings are another team that are going all in, pushing all the chips to the center. The Chase Claypool move, I actually do really like for both sides. I think that's a win-win. A plus for the Bears, just trying to add any talent. The only reason I wouldn't actually give it an A plus, more of an A minus move, is because maybe even a B plus, is just because the 2nd round pick for Chase Claypool, when that's what DeAndre Hopkins got, it's a little wild. Now, granted, Chase Claypool, Mapletron, he has the ability to become that big boy 6'4" receiver that would immensely help Justin Fields' development. And at this point in the season, you can't always get someone crazy. Pairing up Darnell Mooney, who's more of a shifty guy with nice routes, and a big boy like Chase Claypool will be a nice touch for Justin Fields' development, man. I truly believe that. The second round pick is a bit tough, but Claypool is a former second round pick himself out of Notre Dame. So you know that the Steelers are a tough organization who wants to get back any value that they already invested in it. And hey, we'll see if this is a Steeler receiver that pans out, as some have in the past, or if he's going to be just another in the long line of good in Pittsburgh, awful elsewhere. Remember, guys, remember Martavius Bryant? I do. Tears. Remember Mike Wallace? Yeah, I know we all remember that one. But anyways, guys, that being said, if we'll give the Bears a B plus, we'll give the Vikings a B plus. I think we're the only ones with A's. I think it's a nice time, man. Not only are we going for it all now, our window doesn't shut for another 2 years, I believe. We're golden. Exactly. Like that's the beauty of, if we had made a move for like a Robert Quinn kind of pass rusher, or maybe even when like the Bills got Von Miller. Yes, do you open your window right now, but you're also adding a lot of money. You're adding for an old player that, you're hoping he keeps it up. Maybe what happens next year though? When does that decline eventually hit? So I do believe our window is available for the next 2 years, as we have a couple more guys on their rookie deals like Javon, Jalen, Tua, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips. Those little issues that we're having will slowly start to get fixed through free agency and the draft. But right now, we've added the talent that we're all in, baby. And we still have a window that's not shutting itself in the next 6 months. I think 2 years is a pretty safe assessment, Adam. I like that. And if we move some bad contracts in the offseason and grab a few pieces in free agency and hold on tight, going to be a fun ride for years to come. I agree 10,000%. Those are the kind of moves that for years to come we can see franchise altering. If we get rid of the right contracts and manipulate the cap space in the correct way, watch out. These Miami Dolphins are going to surprise people for a long time to come. The McDynasty is a coming, and it is all thanks to Sleepy Greer. Sleepy Greer vibing it up. We are 4 minutes left until the trade deadline ends, and I do not believe that we will be doing this in time, guys. It's very sad times to see. Well, not what am I saying? Sad times. I say sad, then I look at the title and I see Bradley Chubb. I see Jeff Wilson that we're just talking about, and I immediately, my sadness freaking melts away. I'm going to try to share a timer. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. All right, all right, all right. I'm going to share a timer. We're going to see if anything crazy happens in the next 3 minutes. I doubt it will, but done. As soon as it hits 57, we're hitting that 3-minute marker. Yeah, I'm very crude with it, guys. I literally just went to Google, guys. So what? No. Let's go. It begins. Yeah. So what's going to happen? Are we going to get a trade deadline move? I don't believe so. I think it is done, guys. If there's 2 minutes, 30 seconds left until the trade deadline ends, do we really expect there to be another move in the NFL? There's already been 4 today. 4, the over under we had on the Miami Sports Music Show on Clock Blockers with Stephen D and Nikki Smokes and I co-hosting. We had over under 3, not 2.5, 3. And I said over, so we had 4 trades today. That already hits it, man. It's going to be a fun time. The only other rumors I heard out there are FINS related, all word of mouth. Grady Williams for the Browns. Yep, he is disgruntled. Jack Conklin. I heard that the greedy Jack Conklin, maybe a Kareem Hunt trade, didn't seem to happen. Would I trade second round pick and Hunter Long or Cedric Wilson to the Browns for offensive tackle Jack Conklin and Greedy Williams in a 5th rounder? I would do that. Oh, I do that. Oh my God, that'd be such a fun move just to be able to bring in more offensive line help and Greedy Williams. Oh, okay, that's interesting to know. I didn't know that if there were talks that it was going to roll over, but dang, FINS could be in talks for another player, but could require a third team party. A three-way trade would be pretty interesting, man. Ooh, but Cedric, not long. Yeah, I would rather trade Cedric Wilson over Hunter Long, guys. It looks like there's a minute left. I can say that one of the things we were talking about in the morning is that the Washington Commanders did release William. They didn't release William Jackson, but they were saying news that they would release William Jackson if he did not get traded. Now, if he gets released and after trade deadline you get released, the team that picks him up would not be responsible for his salary if he's not claimed. So if we just sign him as a free agent, we get to work a new deal with him and we'd be good to go. And that would go greatly to improving our secondary help. That's my call. I think that if we haven't made a move for anyone, and look, guys, there's like 40 seconds left. If we haven't made a move for anyone yet, I don't believe that we're going to add anything to the secondary through a trade. I think that the Washington Commanders are going to release William Jackson, and we'll have talked to him immediately and said, hey, yo, my friend, come over to Miami and we'll show you how that this could be truly the best secondary. No, the best defense in the NFL. I genuinely believe that if we add William Jackson through free agency, whatever deal we come up with, my God, we have the best defense in the NFL. Think about it. Our back, like the trade deadline is 4:00. I don't think we got anything unless, yep, there it is. That's the trade deadline, everyone. Well, it looks like the Dolphins are not adding that move, but if so, and it looks like William Jackson did not get traded. So if the Washington Commanders are true to their word, no lying, guys, no takebacks, they will cut William Jackson. And then we can try to make that play, sign him to a team deal that works in our favor, and look at this new defense that we'll have. We'll already have Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Ogba, adding in Bradley Chubb to that pass rush. Then we'll already have Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Zach Sealer for, oh my God, such an amazing front four. Front seven in general, even if our linebacking core isn't the prettiest. Jerome Baker, Duke Riley, Channing Tindall will start to improve with just the help of so much pressure coming from Chubb, Phillips, and Ogba, guys. It's going to be a masterpiece to see. And then in the secondary, if we get Byron Jones back, then he can add up and lock down people with Xavier Howard. If not, we still have Xavier Howard, Javon Holland. I'm interested in what we do at safety. Eric Rowe was inactive. Rowan McKinley was playing. He started. He's got that chemistry with Javon Holland. So I'd love to see what those two gentlemen can continue to do and develop and just become this still young safety tandem that we were getting used to seeing. But if we can add William Jackson, if we can add him, well, one, it'll show that Byron Jones isn't ready for a while, but it would offset that. I wouldn't even care about Byron anymore. We would have Xavier Howard, William Jackson, who's only struggled in Washington because he's a man guy and they don't really run man there. He'd be man, here, here. And we would have that lockdown secondary that Josh Boyer likes to be able to run cover zero, to be able to run those tough exotic blitzes, and it's going to be a tough time. Do you think the trade details for William Jackson III just dropped? Adam, I think that if a team tries to claim him on waivers, they would have to pay part of his guaranteed money for this year and maybe for next year. And I don't know if they'd want to when they can just wait to free agency and allow him to negotiate without that money. So I'm hoping nobody claims him. Oh my God. Yeah, they were saying. I think they were saying that they didn't have anything yet for him, so they were saying we will release him if nobody trades us for him. So hopefully a team was. They were hoping maybe a team would send like a 6th or a 7th rounder, so they wouldn't have to negotiate. It didn't look like to be the case, unless you're saying that somebody did trade for him. I'm googling right now. Oh, I'm too zoomed in. Oh, I'm done. He got traded an hour ago to the Steelers. Womp, womp, womp. I'm an idiot. Don't worry. We own our L's here on the Nando Talk. Oh, baby. The Steelers traded. So there's 5 deals today. They traded. Will receive a 2025 conditional 7th round pick while Washington gets a 2025 conditional 6th rounder for William Jackson. That's it. Yeah, it is a 3-year, $42 million deal. So now the Steelers will be having to pay most of that contract. It sucks. It sucks, but now it's all right. So we still have an amazing defense. Delete everything I said for the last 2 minutes about William Jackson. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler. More power to him. The Miami Dolphins didn't add anyone in the secondary. We just got Jeff Wilson, Bradley Chubb. Still an A and an A+ deal, guys. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with what our defense is looking right now. We're fine. Nando, not to bash, but if Flores was still the head coach, we know this trades would not happen. Heck, he would have chased away Kyle Van Noy. Ooh, of course, man. I mean, like, hey, no disrespect to Brian Flores, but I do believe that Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel they're on the right page. They're on the same page, and it's gonna do wonders for this team. We've made blockbuster move after blockbuster move, and I love that. Can I be greedy? I just wish the FINS would have gotten either Fionn Hicks, cornerback, or Anka's backup center with the Chubb trade. Give you an inch, take a mile. I agree, man. There was talks. Hey, you're not greedy, bro. Some of us were talking about getting Chubb and maybe getting Pat Surtain Jr. or Jerry Jeudy, getting two of those three. So I would have wanted Hicks. Getting a backup center would have been nice to give us a little bit more depth. Now Liam Eichenberg seems to be out for the year, but I'm okay with what the Dolphins have done so far, guys. To wrap it up, the final thoughts. No, you weren't greedy. I would have wanted more moves as well. But 2 moves, guys, 2 A and an A+ move. A for Bradley Chubb, 2023 first round pick, a 2024 fourth rounder, and Chase Edmonds. And we over here get a 2025 fifth rounder, and we get Bradley Chubb. What a time to be alive. What a move, okay? Immediately adds pass rushing life to us. We're going to get that fire rotation with Bradley Chubb, Emmanuel Ogbah, and Jalen Phillips. Getting after the QB, sacks on sacks on sacks. Bradley Chubb has 5.5 sacks on the season, whereas the Dolphins defense in general has 17. I love that injection of pass rush boost. Boom, that's an A. A+ for Jeff Wilson Jr., though, the only running back that we could have traded for that's a plug and play. Yes, there were talks for Kamara. Too expensive. I don't want to deal all that for a running back. Kareem Hunt, third rounder, wasn't to be, again, a little bit too rich for our taste, it seemed like, when we can get a fifth rounder for Jeff Wilson Jr., who's plug and play, ready to go, and would have been a nice time, man. I'm so happy that the Dolphins made these 2 moves. Sleepy Greer woke up and finalized a blockbuster trade for Chubb and an amazing snipe for Jeff Wilson Jr., plug and play. You're going to see him this Sunday, I think, already. Has a firm grasp on the McDaniels offense. Chubb, it might have to learn our playbook a little bit. Maybe we'll see him in a couple design plays and because specific packages designed for him. But I think Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to hit the ground running, no pun intended, and we're going to start churning out those 100 yards, start dominating offense, time possession, and start letting our defense stay fresher and fresher. What a time to be alive. Thanks for tuning in with me during the trade deadline. It was an epic hour. Sorry about that little William Jackson news, but hey, we recovered. We fixed that. The Miami Dolphins are fixing this offense, improving this defense, and we're going to do wonders. 12-5. Let's maybe bump that to 13-4. Chubb playing 30 to 40% snaps would be beautiful. Quinn and Miners, yeah, that would have been a nice time, man. To have gotten him too would have been, oh baby, and another more offensive line help, a center. Let's do it, man. Like that would have been so nice. It wasn't to be. I'm glad of what the Dolphins have done, though, guys. Oh my God. If you're still here, drop a like, a comment, subscribe. That'd be awesome too. The road to 450 continues, and the road to 8-3 for the Miami Dolphins continues as well. I still have us as 12-5. The only losses I had projected preseason to us at this point in the season would have been to the 49ers and to the Bills. And that Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson deal do wonders to tighten that gap and get us a little closer. I still have us at 12-5. I'm not going to adjust too much, but I'm feeling a whole lot more confident. Okay. This is the type of game where if we were playing poker, I already started off with a nice little king, queen suited. But I just saw on the flop, I got an ace, a jack, and a 10, and I'm feeling nice and dandy right now. So, I'm okay with it. I'm happy, and I want to see the Miami Dolphins keep improving. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Oh, man. The road to the Super Bowl continues. Exactly. Salute to the fans. I'll always do the waddle. Do the waddle. We got Bradley Chubb. We got Jeff Wilson Jr. 12-5, easy pickings. Maybe 13-4. Let's improve to 13-4 if we want to get crazy with it, guys. The only loss we'll have this in the next couple weeks. One more loss for the rest of the season. Either the 49ers or the Bills. Bada beam, bada bam. That's how we do it. Have a good day. I got to run too as well. Thank you for tuning in, guys. If you're still here, drop a like, a comment, subscribe. Again, the road to 450 continues. The road to 8-3 continues. The road to the Super Bowl continues because the Miami Dolphins have made game-changing moves, at least AFC Championship bound. Bada beam, bada bam. What a time to be alive. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your other awesome FINS content creators. I'm sure everyone will be doing shows to talk about the Chubb and the Jeff Wilson deals. I'll be amending the title to include a little Wilson. To those still watching, I hope you enjoyed that little edit. But bada beam, bada bam. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, chins up, fins up, and have a good time. Thanks, Adam, for tuning in, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Chins up, fins up. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, we ride, and we'll continue talking about our Miami Dolphins. Bada beam, bada bam. Stay golden, everyone.